the mascara scandal. In early 2023, Mikayla Nogueira posted what looked like a routine beauty review, a paid partnership with L'Oreal promoting their new telescopic lift mascara, the kind of video that gets millions of views, a few OMG Slay Queen comments, and disappears into the TikTok algorithm, except this one didn't disappear.
Look how long and lengthened my lashes look.
This literally just changed my life. This looks like false. This is how? What?
Within hours, her followers noticed something off. Her lashes didn't look lifted. They looked glued on. Clusters, obvious falsies. The internet paused mid-scroll and said, wait, are those fake lashes in a mascara ad? And from that moment, Mikayla's entire credibility began to crumble. The backlash was instant. L'Oreal's name trended on Twitter for all the wrong reasons, bloated with forensic-level breakdowns of her eyelashes in 4K. People were zooming in frame by frame like it was the Zapruder film of TikTok. The controversy reached a fever pitch when viewers realized it wasn't just bad influencer behavior, it was technically false advertising under FTC guidelines. A paid sponsorship, 63 million views, and a product demo that wasn't real, that's not just shady, that's illegal. And while most influencers in that situation would have deleted the video, Mikayla didn't. She left it up. The crime scene, preserved like an artifact of influencer hubris. That moment, that blatant denial, solidified Mascara Gate as her defining scandal. A beauty influencer caught lying about beauty itself. $1 million brand deal turned courtroom-worthy case study in how not to advertise. One Redditor nailed it when she said she was right about this mascara changing her life. Yeah, changed it from trusted creator to walking lawsuit. If Mascara Gate was Mikayla's PR downfall, this next one was her moral one. Because when she wasn't lying for brands, she was allegedly lying against small ones. It started with a simple makeup swatch. Just another day of testing eyeshadows for her millions of followers. Only this time, her review didn't just tank a product, it tanked a business. The target, Yolando Salmons, a small black-owned brand owner who ran her company out of her own home. Her palette had gone viral for its shimmer until Mikayla stepped in. In her video, Mikayla compared the palette to another product and casually implied the small business's formula was off. She alleged that Yolando used Vaseline under her swatches.
I bought that shit immediately. Hey, don't quote me on this. Apparently she uses Vaseline when she does those long swatches to make it do that. But it won't go like the way it does with hers because it doesn't have the Vaseline.
Yolando caught on, and her response was cinematic.
You hurted my business, and this is what I keep on have to be doing so people can see that you are the liar and not me. It was that easy to swash. You know you're wrong for that. You know your name.
The internet took sides instantly, but for once the crowd didn't back Mikayla. As people dug deeper, things got worse. Turns out, around that same time, Mikayla was working closely with Glamlight, another cosmetics brand many saw as a knockoff-heavy influencer shill company, and suddenly the dots started connecting. Was Mikayla tearing down competitors while boosting her partners? Because if so, that wasn't just unprofessional, it was calculated. Mikayla stayed silent. No response, no apology, no accountability. In a twist to the story, Yolando apparently ran into Mikayla at the airport.
I saw Mikayla and her husband at LaGuardia Airport. I walked over to Mikayla. Hi, Mikayla. She said, hi, Yolando. I said to her, what you did was so wrong. And she was looking like she didn't have a clue of what I was talking about. And I said, Mikayla, why would you say that I put Vaseline? That's so wrong. She went on to say, well, I see your concealer. She didn't apologize. She went on to say, I see your concealer blowing up. Congratulations.
Instead of Mikayla admitting she was wrong, she tried to imply that Yolando's product was getting attention because of her video. But Mikayla's ability to lie wasn't limited to product reviews, because while brands and businesses got caught in her crossfire, even her own personality was up for debate. Because somewhere along the line, Mikayla Nogueira decided to swap out her regular speaking voice for a new one. A loud cartoonish Boston accent, so exaggerated it sounded like a Family Guy side character.
Excuse me, sir, where is the Quahog Harbor? What? I just want to know where the Quahog Harbor is.
Clips of her old videos resurfaced side by side with the new ones, and the difference was shocking.
Hi, it's OL Mikayla here, and I am standing in the Fisher Student Center.
Her natural tone, relaxed, slightly nasally, but normal.
What I was saying, I was stuck at my parents' house, completely hopeless and unsure of what to do. I started getting a bit depressed.
Her TikTok tone, straight up South Boston chaos. People reacted, it must be so exhausting being her. Right, like, is her whole family just like supporting her, faking her accent? Couldn't ever get me to do that. I'd be calling my kids out like, since when did you start talking like that? Imagine having to wake up every morning and remember which accent you're supposed to lie in. Others even liked her actual voice. I actually really like her real voice. It's quite soothing. This fake crap she uses wakes the dang dead. The general consensus online was that the accent wasn't some unconscious slip. It was a branding tool. So when people call her out now, it's not just about the way she sounds. It's about what that sound represents. Fabrication, artificiality. The idea that Mikayla isn't a person anymore. She's a character playing herself. Every sentence, every wicked good, every over-the-top inflection is a reminder that the line between genuine and performance doesn't exist for her anymore. But if lying about her voice was weird, what came next was straight up unethical. This next L exposed her lying through pixels, because somewhere between the ring light and the final upload, Mikayla's face stopped being a face and became a filter. The beauty industry thrives on illusion, but even by influencer standards, Mikayla's editing habits pushed things too far. Her followers began noticing that the before and after shots in her tutorials didn't make sense. The pores disappeared, the lighting shifted, and sometimes even her nose seemed to vanish. One Reddit user summed up the frustration perfectly. Mikayla's filter was so heavy on the before and after portion. It's frustrating. How can I see if it works if I can't even see her pores to begin with? Her nostrils were gone. That comment wasn't an exaggeration. In several videos, her no filter claims contradicted TikTok's own on-screen data, which quietly tagged them as filtered content. Her foundation and concealer reviews became less about product performance and more about digital distortion. The issue went beyond vanity. Mikayla was marketing filters as results, selling unattainable skin texture as if it came from her brushwork. Viewers who bought the same products couldn't replicate what they saw, because they weren't missing a setting spray, they were missing a smoothing filter. Another Reddit post captured that frustration. She's a joke. She lies about doing sponsored ads. She uses heavy filters and expects people who watch her to believe it's just how good she is at makeup. I've had enough of her. It wasn't just about dishonesty anymore. It was about trust. Every product review now came with an invisible disclaimer, results not actually visible in real life. And for a creator whose entire career was built on authenticity, that disconnect hit hard. As one Redditor put it bluntly, "Girl is a walking FTC violation." And that line resonated, not as an insult, but as an uncomfortable truth. Because between false lashes, undeclared filters, and hidden sponsorships, Mikayla wasn't just stretching the truth anymore. She was redefining what deceptive advertising looked like in the influencer era. But filters and falsies were only half the story. In late 2023, Mikayla Nogueira's wedding became one of the most talked about events on TikTok, and not for the reasons she might have hoped. On the surface, everything was perfect. A waterfront ceremony at the ultra-exclusive Castle Hill Inn in Newport, Rhode Island. She wore a designer gown, looked radiant, and was glammed up by celebrity stylists Chris Appleton and Mario Dedivanovic. Yes, Kim Kardashian's glam team. But what should have been a once-in-a-lifetime celebration of love quickly started feeling more like a sponsored influencer event. Viewers described it as a wedding/ad campaign, complete with camera crews, product displays, and branded booths. ELF Cosmetics, one of Mikayla's long-term brand partners, didn't just attend, they had activations. Guests were greeted with an entire marriage material lip kit station, featuring a limited edition duo that allegedly sold out in under 20 minutes. ELF also provided a gifting booth loaded with their products for guests to experience, while other brands like Charlotte Tilbury and Anastasia Beverly Hills joined the gifting lineup. Now, nobody's saying you can't get the bag, but when every element of your wedding feels curated for a marketing campaign, the line between authenticity and advertisement starts to blur, especially when even the guest list raised eyebrows, because this wasn't your typical family and friends wedding. Big influencers like James Charles and Patrick Starr were in attendance, and nearly all of them posted "Get ready with me for Mikayla's wedding videos videos before arriving. Each one conveniently highlighted a brand or product placement, and audiences started asking the obvious question, was this a wedding or a multi-brand influencer retreat with vows attached? And then came the messier part. One of Mikayla's alleged high school friends posted that they'd received a save the date but never got an actual invitation. She claimed several mutual friends were also uninvited, supposedly to make space for influencers and brand reps. It's the kind of move that makes people wonder if genuine relationships were swapped out for professional networking opportunities, because nothing says forever love like a sponsored kissing booth. What used to be the most personal day of someone's life had become another monetized milestone. And that's where Mikayla caught one of her most obvious L's yet. Not because she had a wedding partnership, but because she made her audience feel like they were watching a commercial, not a commitment. And if the wedding blurred the line between love and marketing, her next L was about manipulation. For most creators, talking about mental health online can be vulnerable, even brave. But for Mikayla Nogueira, it's become something else entirely, a cycle. Mikayla was tearfully posting about a deep, depressive episode, saying she couldn't get out of bed for days, that she'd lost all motivation, that life had gotten really dark. Her fans rallied to defend her, calling critics bullies and insisting that any scrutiny of her behavior was making her mental health worse. But not even a month later, the tone changed. Suddenly, Mikayla was on TikTok giving motivational speeches.
Lowering anxiety. Everything used to stress me out. Everything used to give me anxiety. Like, I couldn't go a day without feeling it. I came to learn, shit's not that deep, bro. It's how you cope with it. Go on a fucking nature walk, bro. Touch grass. Do not let it consume you.
The same woman who once said she was paralyzed by depression was now mocking the severity of the very conditions she had used to garner sympathy. One Redditor pointed out the hypocrisy in her messaging. Would she tell her fellow ED recovery group that their disordered eating habits are all in their head? Oh, you have anxiety around food? Go touch grass, bro. Go for a walk. It's not that deep. It wasn't just what she said, it was how she said it. Mikayla's tone in those videos came across as dismissive, even mocking, toward people genuinely struggling with anxiety or panic disorders. For fans who had related to her past struggles, it felt like a betrayal. And while some defended her right to heal and grow, others questioned whether it was ever genuine to begin with. She lied in that mascara ad and lied about her voice and accent, so she definitely could be lying about her mental health for sympathy. Another wrote, dripping in sarcasm, wow, so I just need to think positive thoughts and go on a walk to cure my depression and anxiety? Why didn't I think of that? At this point, Mikayla's mental health journeys have started to feel more like scripted rebrands than honest reflection. Every breakdown is a viral moment. Every comeback, a new launch window. Her followers used to relate to her vulnerability. Now many are starting to question whether they've been emotionally manipulated for engagement. Because when your breakdowns trend as often as your brand deals, it starts to feel less like healing and more like marketing. But if using mental health as content struck a nerve, her next controversy hit even deeper. By early 2024, Mikayla's personal life became the center of another storm. This time, involving her husband, Cody.
My husband, Cody, is in rehab, and I am ready to talk about it. Cody's story is not mine to share, but he has given me his blessing to talk about it today. Addiction is not tea. I understand you make money off of talking about me, my life, whatever the fuck, and if you take the time to make up some stupid ass story or just share in the news or whatever the fuck, there's a special place in hell for you. I just want you to know that. You are the scum of the earth. Period.
On paper, that might sound honest, even brave, but the delivery, that's where the controversy began. Because the video wasn't filmed like a heartfelt sit-down, it was a get-ready-with-me skincare and beauty routine, complete with product placement, camera angles, and brand shoutouts. She talked about Cody's addiction while demonstrating her own skincare line. For a lot of viewers, that was hard to stomach. It's so weird how this video discussing such a sensitive personal topic was a GRWM, and basically product placements for her skincare brand. The tone didn't help either. Mikayla's usual exaggerated accent and high-energy personality stayed on full display, even as she described calling the police because she feared her husband might die. Another commenter said what many were thinking. Her FKN voice, man, imagine that shit every day? 2 days later, Mikayla followed up with another video, this time titled, "Get Ready With Me to Visit My Husband in Rehab." It featured more casual makeup talk, all while discussing a deeply personal, ongoing recovery process. One viewer summed up the hypocrisy bluntly, "But then she has the balls to tell us we're going to hell if we talk about it, girl. Get lost. I sincerely hope Cody gets help, but don't chastise me and then post to get ready with me to visit my husband in rehab." The issue wasn't just the content, it was the tone, the branding, and the timing. Mikayla had turned one of the most painful private moments of her husband's life into another monetizable piece of content. And for many people, that crossed a line. Talking about addiction awareness is one thing. Filming it like a Sephora campaign is another. Even supporters struggled to defend it. Instead of protecting Cody's recovery, Mikayla seemed to make it performative. But it got even worse because, after all that, she decides to throw a booze-filled party when her husband comes home, fresh out of rehab. Now for the next L, allow me to combine them into one because of time. 8 months after launching her brand P.O.V. Beauty, Mikayla Nogueira seemed to be doing the impossible, running a relatively drama-free business. Her skincare, or as she called it, skin prep, didn't cause chaos like so many influencer brands before her, just safe, mid-tier success. Until now. Because with her latest drop, the Ampit Lip Kit, everything started to unravel. Billed as her brand's first color launch, the kits paired tinted lip treatments with matching liners. Mikayla promised ultra pigment, zero stickiness, and liners that don't budge, smudge, or move. To prove it, she filmed herself scrubbing her arm under running water, insisting they were waterproof and basically bulletproof. The internet took notes and receipts. When fans finally got their orders, they found a very different reality. The liners faded within an hour, the tints looked patchy and sheer, and the glosses sticky enough to glue your lips shut. Another said,
I'm gonna be so honest, I'm like really disappointed and I feel kind of deceived.
and that's the heart of the issue. Mikayla didn't just overpromise, she performed the promise. That arm scrub test, people now suspect she used setting spray or editing tricks to exaggerate the results. Even worse, many of the glowing reviews came from influencers with TikTok shop affiliate links, meaning they earned commission from sales. So while everyday customers complained about sticky glosses and fading liners, the people promoting them had a financial reason to smile through it. This recent drama uncovered something that had gone under the radar since she launched her brand. It had been alleged that P.O.V. Beauty's customer service and shipping times took forever, but now it was obvious for all to see. Instagram comments flooded in. Would love an email response on orders from November 4th, and maybe ship the last launch before announcing another. The Ampit Lip Kit wasn't just another disappointing makeup drop. It was the moment fans realized that Mikayla's business model might be built on the same kind of exaggeration that started her scandals in the first place. After all these L's, a picture starts to form. Every controversy follows the same rhythm. A viral mistake, a flood of criticism, a teary "I'm learning" video, and then another launch, another lie, another reset. What's left is a cycle of curated chaos. Every apology is a setup for the next opportunity. Every failure becomes monetized content. And every time people call it out, it's labeled bullying. If I'm being honest, I don't think I've covered all her L's. Let me know down below which one I might have left out. And if you think Mikayla needs to be held accountable like this video,